You might think that more planning makes life easier. But what if too much planning just adds stress? Today, you and I are embarking on a journey to look at how Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, can transform 2025 into the best year yet. Imagine a life where you are unshaken by chaos around you, where each day seems clearer and more purposeful. That's the core of Stoicism, offering a roadmap to mental calm and focus amid an unpredictable world. While most people chase external accomplishments, Stoicism encourages something different. Instead of focusing on things beyond your control, this philosophy invites you to refine your inner character. By adjusting your mindset, you can be free of unnecessary worries and develop peace within. It's about honing your reactions to external events and controlling your perceptions. In this series, I will show you exactly how these age-old principles can be applied to modern life. Together, we'll uncover simple, practical steps to embrace Stoicism's wisdom and make 2025 stand apart. Stay tuned to discover how small changes in thinking can lead to powerful transformations in the year ahead. To truly appreciate the power of Stoicism and how it can make 2025 the best year of your life, you need to understand where this fascinating philosophy comes from. Stoicism was born in ancient Greece around 300 BC. Its founder, Zeno of Citium, started teaching these ideas in Athens after surviving a shipwreck. Can you imagine experiencing such a catastrophe, and instead of feeling defeated, it inspired Zeno to think deeper about life's purpose. This philosophy took root because it offered something invaluable, a way to thrive in the face of adversity. Life, as you know, is full of unpredictability. The ancient Stoics, including famous figures like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, believed that you can't control most external events. Instead, they focused on controlling their own minds and reactions. You see, the Stoics saw value in asking what makes you truly resilient and happy. They felt that by understanding your responses to life challenges, you could lead a meaningful life free from excessive worry and turmoil. This focus on inner strength meant that Stoicism wasn't just a theoretical exercise, but a practical guide for living day to day. The core principles involve recognizing what you can and cannot change, and being okay with that distinction. Think about how often you get caught up in wishing things were different or worrying about future events that might never happen. Stoicism asks you to invest your energy into what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your attitudes. Now, let's touch on the question, why is Stoicism relevant today? Philosophies often seem trapped in the past, but Stoicism stands out because its lessons are timeless. The modern world, with its rapid pace and endless choices, can be overwhelming. While technology and information have advanced, your basic emotional needs for stability, clarity, and purpose remain the same. Applying Stoic principles can help deal with contemporary issues like stress, anxiety, and decision-making. Who among us hasn't been stressed by work deadlines, overwhelmed by news cycles, or stressed about personal relationships? By adopting Stoic practices, you focus on what truly matters, the core values and beliefs that make you feel grounded and peaceful. One of the key reasons behind this enduring relevance is the adaptive nature of Stoicism. Whether you're a student, a professional, a parent, or someone in any other role, the guidance offered by Stoics can be adapted to your unique life challenges. So as you look to make 2025 a standout year, think of Stoicism as a tool that has been effective across centuries, from emperors like Marcus Aurelius to today's entrepreneurs and thought leaders. When you distill this philosophy down to its essence, it's about building a strong mindset, knowing yourself, understanding your emotions, and focusing on what's within your control. Pay less attention to things that don't matter in the grand scheme of life. And there you have it, a glimpse into the origins and significance of Stoicism. It's about making the best out of every moment, every challenge, and every year, starting with your thoughts and reactions. As you journey through this series, you'll discover just how these concepts can pave the way for an incredible and fulfilling 2025. As you navigate life, aiming to make each year better than the last, there's a curious contradiction you might encounter, a paradox that Stoicism can help unravel. It's this: people often seek happiness by trying to control everything around them, yet the tighter they hold on, the more stress and unhappiness they may find. How strange is it that the harder you try to control every little detail in life, the less peace you often have? This paradox sits at the heart of many personal struggles today. Let's break it down a bit. Think about how you often strive for control, whether it's over your job, relationships, or even personal achievements. It seems logical, right? You believe if you hold the reins tightly, you'll steer your life successfully toward happiness. However, this often leads to disappointment. You might feel anxious when things don't go as planned or when unexpected obstacles arise. You end up focusing so much on controlling outcomes that you forget to appreciate the present. Here's another part of this puzzle. You might think external achievements will bring you lasting joy. Many people work tirelessly to achieve more status, more money, or more possessions. But here's the surprising twist. Those who achieve everything they thought they wanted often find themselves asking, "What now?" You may know someone who seems to have it all and yet still feels unfulfilled. It's like filling a cup with water only to find there's a small hole at the bottom. Let's pause for a simple example. Picture someone who worked hard to buy their dream house, believing it would bring them lasting happiness. The house is perfect, but soon the charm wears off. Now, they worry about maintaining it, affording it, and keeping it perfect. Instead of joy, they find more stress. This is where the paradox becomes even clearer. Another example, in the digital age, people have more information at their fingertips than ever before. One might think that having all this data would lead to better decisions and a happier life. However, the paradox is that with so many choices and so much information, decision-making can become more overwhelming, leading to analysis paralysis, where it's difficult to make a decision at all. The core lesson from Stoicism here is not to abandon ambition or let things spiral out of control, but to shift your focus inward. Understand that control is an illusion, and much of life is unpredictable. So instead of stressing over every little detail, Stoicism teaches you to manage your reactions and focus on what truly matters, your own thoughts and actions. By staying in the question of this paradox a bit longer, you begin to see the profound truth within it. Real happiness and peace come not from controlling everything, but in understanding what really matters. As you continue to explore Stoicism, this realization can help transform 2025 into a year of clarity and joy by focusing on the parts of life you can influence, while accepting the rest. So, let this paradox inspire you to look within, adjust your perspective, and approach the new year with a fresh, more resilient mindset. To really understand how the paradox of control can manifest in life, let's look at some examples, starting with something simple and building to something more intense. These stories will help you see just how deep and widespread this issue is. Imagine Jane, a college student eager to get all A's. She spends countless hours studying, making perfect notes, and avoiding any social activities to maintain her high GPA. Her intent is good. She wants to succeed, but the result of this tight control over her academic life is burnout. Instead of feeling accomplished, Jane is exhausted, lonely, and stressed. She realizes that her happiness has dwindled because she ignored other important aspects of life like friendships and relaxation. This small example shows how trying to control everything academically doesn't lead to the happiness Jane expected. Now, think about Sarah, who runs a small business. At first, things are going well, but as the business grows, Sarah feels the need to control every single aspect: products, marketing, even the smallest decisions of her employees. Her constant micromanagement leads to tension and dissatisfaction among her team. They feel stifled and untrusted, and this affects their performance. Over time, instead of thriving, the business struggles. Sarah learns the hard way that trying to manage every detail herself only brought about stress and resentment. By not allowing others to take responsibility, she drove away the innovation and energy of her team. As we step into a more dramatic example, consider the world of high finance. Picture John, a successful investment banker who believes he can predict and control the market. Relying on his instinct and past success, he makes bold, risky financial decisions. In the short term, things are great. He earns high rewards, and his reputation grows. However, when the market shifts in an unpredictable way, something beyond anyone's control, John faces huge losses. His belief that he could outsmart the market and control his fate leads him to financial ruin. What John didn't see is that relying on control in an inherently unpredictable environment is a gamble, not a guarantee. These examples show different levels of how the paradox of craving control can backfire. From Jane's quiet burnout to Sarah's business obstacles, and finally, John's financial downfall, each story illustrates the escalating nature of this issue. It shows that the desire to control everything doesn't only affect personal happiness, but can also impact others and be detrimental in larger, more public arenas. These examples connect back to the core paradox: seeking total control often leads you further from peace and success. Stoicism offers an answer by encouraging acceptance of uncertainty and focusing on what you can truly influence, your own reactions and mindset. Recognizing this can help in shaping a more balanced, fulfilling life, particularly as you plan for the changes and challenges of 2025. This journey of seeing how the desire for control can trip you up is crucial. It's through these stories that the importance of the Stoic perspective becomes clear, helping you navigate the year ahead with more clarity and wisdom. Let's explore how the stakes rise when the desire for control goes unchecked, and why this is crucial to understand for making 2025 a pivotal year of your life. Imagine a small town with a respected mayor who for years has maintained order and prosperity. People love him, and he feels such pride that he starts believing he alone can ensure the town's continued success. As time passes, his decisions become more unilateral, excluding the voices of others. At first, there's little impact, but soon problems start cropping up: mismanaged resources, overlooked public needs, and growing dissatisfaction. Unlike the initial issues he dealt with, these escalated problems result from ignoring diverse perspectives. If not addressed, they threaten the town's future stability, reflecting how a single person's control can become a blind spot, affecting entire communities. In another situation, consider a global tech company, a sector inherently volatile and rapidly changing. Here, a CEO is determined to dominate the market by controlling every aspect of product development without room for team input or market adaptation. Decisions become short-sighted and focused on immediate gains rather than long-term sustainability. Initially, profits soar, but soon competitors advance and consumer trust erodes. As the company's reputation falls, the very survival of the business is threatened. This shows how trying to control outcomes in such a fluid environment can lead to downfall, affecting employees, shareholders, and markets globally. A historical example can make it even clearer. Reflect on a nation under a regime with an intense focus on control, manipulating media to manage the population. At first, it seems effective for maintaining power. However, over time, the truth becomes elusive, propaganda replaces fact, and society begins to fracture. Trust breaks down and unrest builds. When control becomes central, deeper societal issues are ignored, leading to widespread disillusionment. Eventually, it threatens the very essence of the nation's stability. These examples highlight turning points where the stakes dramatically increase. By focusing too intently on control, individuals, businesses, and even entire societies can spiral into a state where everything is on the line. The risks aren't just personal, they ripple outward, impacting many lives. If the desire to micromanage isn't checked, the consequences can be dire. Companies can collapse, communities may suffer, and societal trust can dissolve. Recognizing these stakes is crucial for you as you move into 2025. Understanding the potential harms of overreaching control helps shift perspective toward a more balanced approach. This is where Stoicism offers guidance, urging acceptance of our limited influence over many aspects of life. Recognizing that embracing change and imperfection can prevent these disastrous outcomes, Stoicism suggests focusing on internal control, your reactions and choices. As you prepare for 2025, reflect on these examples of rising stakes. It's about recognizing when things have become too tense and taking action to avoid overwhelming consequences. This way, you can make meaningful changes, not just for yourself, but for the broader world too. The Stoic path shows that health, prosperity, and resilience come not from trying to control everything, but from adapting with wisdom and inner strength. Now that you see how dangerous the pursuit of control can be if left unchecked, let's bring in some wisdom from people who have deeply studied and understood these pitfalls. This will help strengthen your understanding and provide solid ground as you work to make 2025 a truly remarkable year. First, think about Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a deeply respected Stoic philosopher. Marcus is known for his teachings on how to manage one's mind and reactions amidst chaos. His insights have been cherished for centuries. In his famous work Meditations, Marcus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This quote is crucial because it emphasizes focusing on what you can control, your thoughts and responses. These are the areas where true power lies, rather than in trying to manage every aspect of the external world. To expand on this, let's consider a modern expert, Ryan Holiday, who has authored several books on Stoicism and the challenges of modern life. Ryan often discusses how embracing the Stoic perspective can lead to a more peaceful, effective life. He points out that by accepting limits and concentrating energy on controllable aspects, individuals can navigate challenges more successfully. His work serves as a bridge between ancient Stoic teachings and contemporary living, assuring you that these age-old principles still hold immense value today. In the field of psychology, Dr. Kelly McGonigal's insights further reinforce the Stoic approach. She is a health psychologist and lecturer who has emphasized that recognizing what is within our control reduces stress considerably. In her research on stress and resilience, McGonigal suggests that handling stress with a mind ready to adapt, rather than control, leads to healthier and happier outcomes. This insight directly aligns with Stoic teachings, focusing on your mindset and actions, rather than trying to manipulate external events. Additionally, consider Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor whose experiences offer profound lessons. In his famous book Man's Search for Meaning, he highlights the importance of finding meaning and maintaining personal agency amidst uncontrollable circumstances. Frankl wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This statement not only adds weight to the Stoic belief in managing internal worlds, but also encourages you to adapt and find purpose, even in the toughest situations. By presenting wisdom from noted figures like Marcus Aurelius, Ryan Holiday, Dr. Kelly McGonigal, and Viktor Frankl, the journey towards a greater 2025 becomes clearer and more grounded. These experts provide compelling evidence for why focusing inward and accepting what you can't control creates resilience and strength. Keep these insights handy as you move forward. They serve as reminders that while the world outside might be beyond your control, cultivating a strong, adaptable mindset is entirely up to you. Embracing this truth will not only help you navigate life's unpredictable moments, but will also help make 2025 a year of growth, wisdom, and fulfillment. Let's connect what I've been discussing about Stoicism and control to your life today. It's easy to think of these ideas as belonging to the past or just books, but they are very much alive and relevant now. Imagine opening up social media on your phone. It's something you do every day without a second thought. You scroll through posts, compare your life with others, and maybe start to feel a bit anxious or dissatisfied. This cycle is familiar, isn't it? But do you realize how much you are trying to control how you're perceived? Or feel the need to chase an ideal that's maybe just an illusion? Think about the constant stream of notifications. They urge you to respond immediately, often creating a sense of urgency that can make you feel overwhelmed. This reflects our deep desire to control how others see us and how quickly we can respond to the world. The pressure to always be on top, to manage these countless digital interactions, resembles the paradox of control we've discussed. Take a moment to observe your workspace. Does it reflect a need for control, an organized chaos, or a clutter-free zone? How often do you rearrange it to feel more in control? The drive to constantly organize or adapt your environment can lead to stress when things don't go as planned. Here, Stoicism helps by reminding you that true control comes from within, not from endless adjustments to your surroundings. Let's shift to bigger headlines. In recent times, you've seen headlines about economic shifts causing stock markets to swing erratically. People often scramble to manage their finances when uncertainty strikes, potentially mirroring our earlier example about investing. How do you react to such news? Do you try to control every little detail of your financial portfolio, or spend sleepless nights worrying about market fluctuations? Consider instead the Stoic advice to focus on what can be controlled: sound financial habits and a balanced approach, rather than panicking over every market dip. Also relevant today is the increasing awareness around mental health, particularly in relation to stress and anxiety. The world seems to demand more from you every day, whether it's work, family, or social engagements. Do you find yourself juggling these roles and trying tirelessly to control every outcome? only to feel more drained. By redirecting your energy to manage your response and mindset, like Stoicism suggests, you can find a way to ease this burden. The world is racing, the demands are high, and the unpredictability is real. But through Stoicism, you learn that peace and success come not from controlling the uncontrollable, but from managing how you think and react. When you let go of unnecessary control, you find more room for growth, flexibility, and positivity. So as you move toward 2025, remind yourself of the simple truth: control what's within you rather than getting trapped by what's outside. By making this distinction, you create a space in your life that is adaptable and resilient, equipped to handle whatever challenges come your way. By applying these timeless principles to everyday situations, you not only make more intelligent choices, but also pave the way for a joyful and fulfilling future. As we approach the end of our journey through Stoicism and its lessons for 2025, let's pause and really think about what we've learned. There's a paradox we've touched on. The more you try to control everything around you, the less control you ultimately have. Instead of trying to manage each detail in our lives, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what truly matters: your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. This philosophy asks you to consider your everyday interactions. When faced with frustration, do you pause to understand your reaction, or is your first response to try to change the situation? Imagine a moment at work when things don't go as planned, and you feel stress rising. Do you get angry and try to control what you can't, or do you reflect on your inner response, calmly deciding how to move forward? This is where Stoicism invites deeper thinking. It's not about ignoring issues, but rather seeing them clearly and choosing your response with wisdom. Reflecting on these ideas may lead you to consider why you react the way you do. Is it because of past experiences or a desire to prove something? Ask yourself how much of your energy is spent trying to change things out of your control. Perhaps there's a lesson in simply recognizing this habit. Once you notice it, you can start shifting your focus to your own actions and thoughts. Think about your intentions. Good intentions shape our decisions, guiding us towards a better self. But what happens when these intentions blind you to the true needs of the moment? Imagine helping a friend with every decision they face, thinking you're being supportive, but in fact, somehow making them dependent instead. Are your intentions leading to positive outcomes or pushing you towards controlling behavior? Consider this thoughtfully, as it may reveal new paths for growth. We can also consider the stories shared by those who've journeyed before us. Their wisdom is a reminder that struggles are part of the human condition, and their insights offer lessons about resilience. Imagine Marcus Aurelius contemplating life's challenges in his thoughts. He invites you to question your assumptions and keep learning, even when the path seems unclear. So here's something to ponder: how can you remain open and curious about your life, letting go of assumptions and seeking clarity in each moment? This isn't about having all the answers, but about being willing to ask questions that guide you toward understanding. In these reflections, the goal isn't to tell you how to live, but to offer a mirror so you can look at your own journey. Life, with its unpredictability, offers constant chances to practice Stoic principles. Whether it's through the highs or the lows, find peace and purpose in knowing that you are growing stronger and more thoughtful with each step. As you prepare for 2025, carry these reflections with you, not as rigid rules, but as gentle guides to encourage thoughtful living. Each day offers opportunities for wisdom and growth, and by embracing these Stoic insights, you can make your future not just achievable, but deeply meaningful. As we wrap up this journey to make 2025 the greatest year of your life with Stoicism, here's something to think about. Picture the year ahead of you, full of promise and potential. You hold the power to shape it, not by controlling every event, but by choosing how you respond to each moment. Now, a small call to action. Take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. Think about the role Stoicism can play in your life. How can you apply these principles to the situations you're facing right now? Can you identify areas where you might let go of the urge to control everything and instead focus on your internal responses? This is your invitation to integrate these lessons into your daily life.